Beyonce's well-liked, she's been super successful for decades, and she seems very happy and well-adjusted, never been in a scandal of any sort. There's a lot to learn from her. Here's the first lesson. Check it out.
I want to thank God for protecting me. Thank you, God. I'd like to thank my Uncle Johnny, who's not here, but he's here in spirit. I'd like to thank my parents, my father, my mother, for loving me and pushing me. I'd like to thank my beautiful husband, my beautiful 3 children who are at home here.
Notice the incredible sense of gratitude she has. She's immediately grateful for people in her life. She's giving them credit, and it's totally genuine. You could see there's emotion there. It's not just going through the motions. So gratitude is so powerful. There's so much research that being grateful, focusing on what we're grateful for, people we're grateful for, what people have done for us, makes us happier, it improves relationships, and it's very likable. How could you not like that? You see someone so successful, and they're humble, and they're grateful. Next, Beyonce is a master of a very important life skill, life focus that is incredibly grounding.
You've been doing this since you were 9 years old.
That's when I started performing at Walmarts and and wherever we could perform. We didn't become professional until we got a record deal around 12 years old.
So who wanted to do this, you or your parents?
Absolutely me. Once I saw Jackson 5 and Michael Jackson, I'm like, oh my God.
Working on a craft for the sake of the craft itself. Beyonce is completely dedicated and loves being a better singer and performer just for its own sake. Now, we're not all going to be famous. We're not all great singers. I personally learned that I'm not when I took a singing class. And when I sang for the class, there's a bit of cringing and ear plugging going on. So it's not everybody's forte. But we don't need to be a performer. My mother likes to needlepoint. I love practicing speaking. And that's the thing. When it's purely practice for its own sake, being fully focused, there's something magical and really calming about that. And it's very grounding because the outside world, others' reactions, feels less important. So it's incredibly grounding and it builds confidence. This working on your craft just for the sake of it builds a sense of self-reliance and confidence, which is really being lost because we don't make things as much. We're discouraged from doing it. We're encouraged to consume. But I encourage you to give that a try. What's a hobby you like? Not doing it because you should do it, like being chastised into doing it, but just for pleasure. Why don't you just tomorrow or tonight spend an hour just working on something you like working on? You'll see a massive difference. There's a final massive lesson to learn from her. She's speaking specifically, but I'm going to share with you how to apply this lesson in a more general sense.
Homeschooled, underaged, and traveling with her parents on the road, Beyonce skipped the boys and the after parties and passed the time on the tour bus with the other girls reading the Bible.
We were nice ladies. I mean, I'm not saying that we were perfect teenagers, but we were raised well. And
Beyonce was studying the Bible. I'm not here to try and convert you to any religion. You can practice or not practice any religion you like, but having a code to live by and to study, wherever it comes from, is something that's been very common in every society throughout history. Sometimes the codes have been very bad or had a lot of bad things in there, but you don't have to follow any particular one. There's the book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. It talks about writing down your personal mission statement, writing down your values. These things sometimes become buzzwords from companies, but they don't have to be. If you really write down, like, today I want to act in this way, today I want to focus on this, and have that as a consistent practice, it's very calming. Writing on pen and paper, separating yourself from what's going on in the moment and writing down your intentions, it just gives this sense of grounding and control. So I highly recommend that is a possible practice. That's what we learned from Beyonce. Congrats to her winning. I think she's a great role model. So it's good to see someone like her having success and being in the limelight.